Let me show you my countryside through these old headlights. We can take this road as far as you want to go. I'll show you how a country mile can take us all night. Feeling high in a bull's tail up an old dirt road. I ain't gonna run no hide. We can let the fire burn wild. That's just my countryside. Hey, it's good to know there's still a few old country boys around.
Ones. Well, hey, wild ones. Welcome to Sean's Adventures. Where are we at and what are we doing today? Well, obviously we're in the woods. Today is Memorial Day weekend, and you know, the campgrounds are really full today, and we usually don't do those a whole lot anyway, sometimes. But I kind of planned on doing a backwood adventure, but you know, I woke up in the middle of the night with that little bit of a sharp pain in my ankle and was like, oh gosh, my plans are ruined. So it wasn't no long adventure in our forecast, so I was like, well, you know, we definitely can't do campgrounds on Memorial Day weekend. We went out to mom and dad's to maybe camp out there and hadn't realized the weeds had gotten out of control, and so that was kind of a bust. So we got just a little bit of daylight left and we want to enjoy some of the outdoors. So what are we doing? Well, we just come out here to the random woods and thought we'd have a late evening coffee rendezvous. Well, we wanted to try out while we're out here. We ain't got a whole lot of dark left. I suspect we'll be here till dark. We finally got our little stove. Now, if you remember, we had one of these and we tried it in our rocket stove, and the distance between the flame and the surface was just too great. So we got this one meant for this, and with the closer flame, I think we'll get a better boil on our coffee, a better percolation. So we've got our Trexology table set up. We're going to break this out and get it going. Oh man, man, that was tough. I almost thought our trip was over before it began. This thing, I tell you, that lid just would not come off. Somehow the gases have built up in here and really tightened it up. There we go. All right, now we're just going to have to let it do its thing. You can see the flame in there. Hopefully it'll get it going before we run out of daylight. Oh yeah, that flame is really going now. Take a look at it. Yeah, you can see it now. We've got a new cup, got a stainless cup. Now, don't worry, beautiful wife, I still have my coffee cup. Which actually, now I think about it, I think I'm going to go ahead and use this one. I think I'm going to use this one for straight water and soup. I think that's what I decided. Yeah, my adventure had started a little bit earlier today, but you know how sometimes things go from plan A to plan B to plan C. It doesn't matter to me as long as I get out here. It is definitely getting dark. I was just hoping that wasn't. I think that's fuel from the canister. I better be careful with that. Let me rub some dirt on that. There we go. Dirt to disperse it. Whee, it's like a jelly. It don't smell like kerosene. I don't know. Yeah, like I said, let me get you up here. Got the kettle over here. Like I said, I was gonna do something a little cooler today, but I always hope the night before a adventure that the health will stay good through the night, because that's when it always gets you in the middle of the night. You're like, oh, you have to grab an ice pack and some ibuprofen, and part of getting middle-aged, I guess. And I was like, well, we better back it down, not go too far. So we're not far from the car. We parked off a gravel road. We're probably about, I don't know, 150 yards, 200 yards from the car. And got a cool little flashlight I want to try out, which I just remember I left that in the car. So I do have my EDC flashlight. See, I had planned on, my plan B was actually to pack into one of Dad's little side woods area, and I had a second bag that I had thrown some stuff in. We were going to kind of do an overnighter, but I hadn't been there in a couple of weeks, and summer had taken over and really grown the area up, and it's just wild. There's no trails or anything, and I didn't feel like getting ticks, and there really was nowhere to set up a base camp. You'd have to stomp it down, and we just didn't have time for that. So I'm like, well, we'll just come out to the forestry and find us a place here by the creek. I figured there'd be more water running, the rain we've had, but not much. Well, folks, while our water's coming up to a boil and our daylight's ticking away, we'll just shoot the bull a little bit. Let me get you over here a little bit. I want to get a massive shout out to one of my little friends, Destiny. She is an 11-year-old up and coming 5th grader. I told her I'd give you a shout out, so hey Destiny, good luck next year at your new school. You know, I had my gear kind of split up in 2 bags because I just started throwing some new gear in that I wanted to try, because I had planned on basically staying at Mom and Dad's little property there and trying out some new gear and not being far from the car. So I had kind of had my gear split up, and my headlamps and my new Mini Marauder that I wanted to show you guys. It was in my other bag, and since we're in Plan B or Plan C, or I kind of lost track, they're actually in the car. My flashlights, my headlamp, and it's about to get dark here any minute now. But I have my EDC flashlight. Like I said, I don't go anywhere without it. Thank God for that. That's why you carry an EDC when things kind of start falling apart. Yeah, she's still going, still waiting on the percolation. But in case some of you don't know, a lot of you do know, I work at a school, at Luke's school actually, and Destiny is one of Luke's classmates. And so I see Luke every day. It's been great for the past 3 years with him. He's moving on to a different school, and I'm pretty sad about that. But she had come up to me and said, did you happen to notice that you gained one new subscriber yesterday? And I'm like, yes, matter of fact, I am. And because I don't get a lot of subscribers, just one here or there, or two here or there, I'm like, yeah, we have 41 now. She she gave me the biggest grin and said, yep, that was me. So that was great. I'm great her mom and dad let her become a subscriber. And uh, I work with kids every day at school, and we keep our channel here definitely family friendly and wholesome. Uh, we use good language, and we're Christian based, and we don't do anything inappropriate, that's for sure. So we massive shout out to her and thanking her parents for letting her become a subscriber and come along on our little adventure. So yeah, it's great. So yeah, we keep everything family oriented because I'm sure she's not the only kid that watches our show. And a matter of fact, we actually made a promo video for our school, Sean's Adventure Productions, and it was great, turned out awesome. And we were asked to do another one for a different elementary school, actually first, second grade science videos. And we're kind of still in the works of that. We're probably going to produce that this summer. It was going to be first grade, but now it might be second grade. And I was been real intimidated by it, so we kind of put it on the back burner, try to figure out what we do. But then we got some material that we can use. It's actually Jasmine. You guys, I don't know if I told you guys, she's a teacher also, and she wanted to use have us produce earth science videos for the little ones. So we were going to try our hand at that. Hopefully the kids wouldn't be an tough critic on us, but she moved from first to second before we can get that rolling. So it may end up being second grade now, which really doesn't change a whole lot. So we're kind of evolving into something pretty cool, getting videos out to schools, to kids, having kids watch our videos, learn about the outdoors and how to come out and enjoy it. Man, I really hope we get our coffee percolating here. We are losing dark. We are losing dark. We are losing daylight. See, folks, I don't edit everything out. You pretty much get the raw version. But regardless, that's why it's an adventure. It's an adventure. I don't plan anything. A lot of times things don't go as planned, for sure. But really all that matters is we're out here. Listen, I was going to say listening to the birds, but they just quit and going to make a liar out of me. Maybe they're going to bed. I tell you, when it looks dark in the camera, it's really dark in real life. It gets dark quick. And we got one little flashlight to get out of here. Oh, I got a hammock and everything in my pack here. Flashlight. My little moon lantern is back in the car. We're just salvaging what we can of this evening. Oh, well, you guys don't mind, do you? Well, we got our little Truxology table here. It's only about, 14, 16 inches high. Just to prove it's still light, it's still going, but it's pretty good and warm. And the water level's probably up to about here. I have no doubt it'll eventually percolate, but it's got to be quicker than using the rocket stove for this, for sure. But is it going to get hot enough to percolate coffee, or just going to be tea? Boy, this is the time you start thinking about Bigfoot. I'm just kidding. But it's so eerily quiet. I think all the animals are going to bed. I gotta say, it does get intimidating out here at night. It ain't so bad if you can get in here and you can kind of set up a camp, get your lantern going. I like to use a couple hanging moonlights, like just kind of give off a low glow. You can kind of establish an area, but I tell you, when you're just out here naked with a stool and a little chair, and that's it, and a little bitty flashlight, not that big, it's a little intimidating. All right, I think with this thing, this burner here, it's taking too long. I think I'm going to have to get, I think this thing is fine if I wanted to do tea. The temperature is fine for warm tea. Car coming. Like I said, I ain't that far from the road. You can probably hear them. Probably about 150 yards. I can see the light bar through the... Anyway, our rocket stove with our wood, gets our percolator going, no problem. But we were just trying to find something lighter. I don't think these canisters, I think they might eventually do it, but it might take a couple hours. I think we're just going to have to get a little butane burner, I believe. We want to make coffee quick, and we don't want to use our wood rocket stove. Now, a lot of times I like using a wood rocket stove. Matter of fact, I think it's in the other bag of the car, because there's plenty of dead wood laying around here I could pick up, and it done been boiling. But I think this system just isn't going to work for coffee. We want to have come out and have tea. Yep. Coffee, no. It's just going to take too long. So I think we're going to have to end up dumping out our coffee grounds and call that one a bust. We know that ain't going to work. I really wanted to stay away from getting a butane little tiny burner, mini burner for these, but maybe I'm going to have to if I want to make it quick. But like I said, we use our rocket stove most of the time, so I won't be buying many canisters, just one here or there if I want to be. I'm going to, mainly when it's been wet out and we've got no sticks or anything dry. Everything's sopping wet. That'd be a great time to get a little single burner and get some coffee going quick on those days. Yeah, but I think we're going to pack this up. I'm not going to call it a failure because we got our answer. But it's just not going to be hot enough. Get everything packed up here. And at least we salvaged some sort of evening out of this debacle. At least we're still getting out here. But want to get this packed up before it gets pitch black, because like I said, all I have is a little tiny light, so I got no light to do this in once we go completely dark, besides for that little pin light. And that's just big enough to get me out of these woods. Oh, well, we can't put the lid on through the top. Come back out through the front. Put our lid on. Snuff it out. Ooh, let that cool. Yeah, because we have no kind of lantern to have any type of real base camp here. With that aluminum kettle, I tell you, I can already hold it. It just cools off so fast. I can already put it in the baggie. I do that to keep all that suet off my stuff. Throw that in the bag and take this apart. We'll still use this when we want to just have some hot tea, which is fine with me. I don't mind a good cup of hot tea out in the woods. It's just as good as coffee to me. Boy, you can barely see me. Boy, it's getting dark out here. We're going to put all this away. We're losing daylight fast. I think it's still a little warm. I'm not going to gorilla that thing on. I can barely get it off. I got a feeling, folks, we're going to use a flashlight together to get out of here. I hope you guys ain't afraid of the dark. Well, I tell you what, I might as well just turn you guys off for now, for a minute, until I get this packed up, because you can't see nothing. And since I don't have a lantern, I can't give you guys any backlight. But sometimes life can be an adventure. You just got to roll with the punches. That's what I'll tell the kids a lot of times. Life's about rolling with the punches. I'm sorry if that got against the mic there in your guys' ear. All right. All right, folks. You can't see me. I'll tell you what. We'll get this EDC light out here. There we go. Oh, it's real light. There we go. You can see how dark it is. It gets dark real fast out here. All right. Can you see me? I'm so scared. Oh, man. All right, man. We got to get this backed up. It's so dark. I tell you what, folks. I'm going to get you off the tripod and get you on the mini pod. And so we'll bring you back in a minute. We get you all packed up and maybe we can find our way out of here. Oh man. Sorry, I know that's tough on your guys' ears. Let me get you picked up. My tripod's coming apart. I keep having a Phillips screw coming loose on my tripod. I keep forgetting to put some Loctite on it, so I keep grabbing little twigs. And if you just take a twig and blunt the end of it, jam it in a Phillips head, it turns it pretty good. So we're gonna get by here. Let me turn you all around. All right. Make sure all of our stuff's up. We've left no trace. Nothing but our stool prints. And I am not going to kick those over. My tripod's falling apart. Got to hold that together at the neck so it don't fall in the creek here. So pretty at night. All right, folks, we got to make it out of here at dark. Oh, something in front of me just jumped into the creek. I don't know what it was. See if we can remember our way back. Yeah, I had the new Olight Mini Marauder. It's I was going to show you guys all about that thing. I really love that thing. So we'll have to do a quote unquote review on that. It's a spotlight floodlight one, real high quality. It's got red, blue, green light. It's the top of the line, man. It fulfilled all of our needs in one small package. We got all summer. I was going to do a night hike. I like to get Luke out on a night hike. I don't know how that's going to go. It would have been nice to have it right now. That's for sure. We just got our EDC light. Turn on high. There's low. Okay, we've been on high. No wonder it's getting a little warm in my hand. Pitch black. Back on high. Not a bad little light. I think this is a through light on Amazon for like 20 bucks. That's an awesome light. We can see the car reflector. All right, we're back at the car. And I want to thank you guys for coming along today. I had a blast here on this late evening rendezvous. But hey, we just roll with the punches on here and do what we can to get out in the nature. Every time to be something different. So we thank you for sticking along with us. We thank you for watching. And remember, if you can't get out and have your own adventure, you're more than welcome to come along with me. Thanks for watching.
Please fasten driver's seat belt.